All right, what up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Another episode of the Crypto Breakdown. I am your host, Ryan Mehta. Topic of the day, crypto exchange fees. What are exchange fees? How do exchange fees work? What are exchange fees when you're leverage trading? The whole 9 yards. So I want to do a deep dive into exchange fees. I'm going to show you the difference between exchange fees on each different exchange. And in the process, I'm going to walk you through Bybit and show you why Bybit is the only exchange I trust, the only exchange I would use to trade crypto, and especially leverage trading. If I could not trade on Bybit, I would not trade, period. I would just use a DeFi exchange or a swap, and I would buy coins and hodl them, period. It's that simple. So in this video, you're gonna see timelines, and I'll have like jump ahead timers all over the place. So if you already understand some part and you wanna jump right to the next part, just look for those timers, and you can also check out the timestamps listed down below. If you guys could do me a favor and hit that like, hit that subscribe button, I'd be greatly appreciative. Let's get it. Guess what? I'm not a financial advisor. I may have a plethora of crypto knowledge, but this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. You always need to do your own research. I do not advise that you buy, sell, hodl, trade, or invest in any cryptocurrency. And if you could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, turn on those post notifications, and smash that subscribe button, I would be greatly appreciative. And down in the description, you can always find chapter timelines in case you want to skip ahead, affiliate links, and links to my digital course. Now that we got the YouTube police off our back, let's dive in, let's get it. If you guys are new to the channel, I have a full step-by-step Bybit beginner tutorial playlist, which will walk you through everything about Bybit. So I'm just gonna cover the basics and kind of show you guys around Bybit a little bit. I'm gonna talk to you guys about it. And then if there's any other questions you guys have, drop a comment below, or just check out my Bybit beginner tutorial playlist because it'll walk you through everything you need to know. So what you're looking at here is the Bybit regular exchange. So I want to show you guys what their Testnet exchange looks like because it's literally identical. So I'm going to log out of my regular account and I'm going to log into Testnet. Right here below the sign up button is the Trade on Bybit Testnet. So I'm going to click the Trade on Bybit Testnet button. Now I'm trying to keep everything zoomed in so it's really easy for you guys to see, but this is Bybit Testnet. When it comes to trading crypto, one of the things that makes crypto trading extremely difficult is actually understanding the exchange that you're actually trading on. Understanding how you place buy orders, limit buy orders, sell orders, take profits, stop losses, how you calculate your risk, your profit. All of those things are so difficult and they are normally expensive because that's kind of part of the learning curve when it comes to trading crypto. You get on an exchange, you try to trade, and a lot of times you make a lot of mistakes just because you don't know what you're doing. So Bybit Testnet, and why I love Bybit so much is because they have Testnet. They told me that the reason that their coin selection is limited is because they wanted to put the coins the best for actually trading. So when it comes to leverage trading and day trading in general, specific coins have more volatility than others. Some are able to be manipulated more than others. So Bybit is super strict about the coins that they actually allow on their exchange because they want their traders to have the highest probability at being successful as a trader. Probably the coolest features about Bybit that you don't see on almost any other exchange. If I come over here and I say I want to trade Bitcoin, for example, I choose Bitcoin, you can either market in or limit in. Now the next part about Bybit, we're going to talk about it a little bit more, is their fees. So if I limit into a trade, for example, I wanted to buy into Bitcoin at $42,112. Obviously, price changes pretty quick. So let's just say $42,090. Let's see if we can get one in really quick. As soon as you place an order, it lets you know that you've successfully placed an order. And if I zoom in right here, I can see I have this limit buy order set. If I wanted to move that up a little bit, I can move it up. So that way, instead of marketing in on other exchanges and paying a market fee, if I limit into Bybit, Bybit actually pays me. So when I'm sitting at a trade and I see price kind of coming up and down, if I zoom in enough, I can literally get my trade with, and it would have hit it if I didn't move it. Stupid me. But I can literally just move my trade up and down until I limit in. And as soon as it gets hit, and I have to be within 50 cents. So if price comes down 50 cents more, bam. And you see it just filled my order. So now when I come down here, I have a trade that's actually opened. So my trade is for $252. Now, if we scroll down to the bottom here, you can see that my trade has been opened. I have 10x leverage on my trade, and you can see it's actually still partially filling my order. So every time price kind of fluctuates in that zone and it gets the opportunity, it's filling more and more of my order until it completes your entire order. So now that my entire order is filled, I can see that I have 10x leverage. Now watch this. You can see I'm pretty much dead even right now, and my position margin is $211. So keep an eye on my leverage, my price, and how much is available in my available account balance. You see right now my liquidation price is 38,000. Watch what happens when I change my leverage. So I'm long on Bitcoin right now. Pretend like price started to come down and started to get close to 38,000. I'm like, shoot, I know Bitcoin's not going to come down more than 36 or 37,000. I just need a little bit of wiggle room. I can come over here, adjust my leverage down to 5x. Now look what my liquidation price is, 33,000. You can adjust your leverage price on an open trade without actually taking away or changing any bit of your profit. You can adjust your leverage without adjusting your profits. And I have a full video that goes into great detail. But if you notice, my liquidation price lowered, but my position margin increased. So as long as you have funds over here in your account to cover the increased margin position. So I was $200 at 10x. When I drop down to 5x, now it's $400. So it allows you to adjust your leverage. You have to add a little bit more to your position. So yes, I'm risking losing more money, but at the same time, I didn't have to close a trade out and take a $200 loss because it got too close to my liquidation price. I can adjust my leverage, and it allows you to weather the storm a lot longer. Now on to the fee part. When you are a trader and you're actually trading crypto, fees will eat you alive. You really don't fully understand how much fees will eat you alive until you continuously trade over and over and over and over and over again. When you are limiting in or marketing in, all exchanges have different fees. Bybit actually pays you to limit in. So that trade right there, if my trade was $1,000, I would have actually got 0.025% back in fees. They actually pay you to limit into trades. It's pretty crazy. And you would think that people would just abuse it and open and limit in, limit in, and limit in, and constantly open and close trades, but you still have to, price still has to go in the right direction. So it's not that simple. And I'm sure if you did it enough, they would probably, suspend your account if they thought you were like fraudulently just opening and closing trades to try to make that commission or whatever. But exchanges like Coinbase charge you 1%. 1%. So when you're using leverage, and most people don't understand this, you are paying fees based off the total order value. So let me show you guys what I mean. Over on Bybit, you can customize their layout of their site to look like any exchange you want. So if you're already familiar with how things are laid out on Binance or Kucoin, you can come over here and literally move everything around and put it in any position you want so that the exchange interface is customized to your liking. See over here how I have this long position opened on Bitcoin right now, and you see this double arrow button right here. Watch what happens when I switch this, when I click that arrow button. I always choose do not prompt anymore, but this is called a quick confirm reversal. So if I'm long on Bitcoin and price skyrockets up and hits a point and I'm like, okay, shoot, like I know I want to close out my trade. If I want to close it and make profit on the way back down as Bitcoin's retracing, all I have to do is click this button, hit confirm, and it automatically switches my trade from long to short. Now, the other key point to remember is you have short leverage up here and you have long leverage. So if you switch from one to the other, make sure that you have your leverage adjusted correctly. Or, like you'll see what just happened to me, is it actually opened up that short with 10x leverage. To help you guys better understand fees, Bybit pays you to open up fees, right? So say I jump back over here to Bybit right now, and I want to short Bitcoin or long Bitcoin. Let's long Bitcoin with 50x leverage. I'm going to choose OK. Now my long leverage is set to 50x. I want to mark it in. When you start typing in how much you want to actually place your trade for, what you're actually risking or what you're willing to lose is right down here in this green box. So how I do it is I just put in 1.1 or 1.11, and you can see I try to get it right at $1,000. So I'm going to open up a 50x long on Bitcoin for $1,000. This right here, that $1,000 is what I'm willing to risk and lose. So if price right now goes to 41,500, I would lose that $1,000. But when you're paying fees, the order value is 46,900. Obviously, my trade didn't open for the full 1,000. It was 970 whatever. That to open that trade, the fees were $35 because I marketed in. As of January 21st of 2021, these are all of the exchange fees. And if we scroll down, you can see Bybit. Bybit is literally the only one here that has a 0.025% rebate fee. And if you look over here as their market fee, 0.075. If I were to open that trade up on Bittrex, for example, 0.35%. And why is that? Because you're paying fees based off of the entire position itself. It's because you are paying fees on the entire position that's actually margined. So right here, you can see the value of that trade. Your bet is $1,000. You're willing to risk $1,000. So you're pretty much trading with 50x leverage. For me to open that exact same trade on Bittrex would have been $170. On Bybit, it was only $35. On Binance, would have been 0.1%, so it would have been $50 on Binance. On blockchain.com, it would have been $210. Cash App, don't even get me started on. Coinbase would have been 1%. So on Coinbase, would have been $486, guys. So when I say open and close a trade on Coinbase, $1,000. If I would have opened that same trade on Coinbase, would have been 1,000, Coinbase Pro 500, Bittrex 360, Kraken 280, Binance 100, Kucoin 100. So if you have a bigger bankroll, the amount of money you spend in fees alone will eat you alive. Now take a look at this when I explain this. VeChain at 5 cents, right? Whether you win or lose a trade, you're paying fees. I switched over from Kucoin and Coinbase and Binance over to Bybit. I didn't at first because I tried it out at first and it was a little bit confusing, kind of like harder to get used to because I didn't have anybody that had a playlist that showed you everything you needed. So when my buddy Kite showed me about it and he heard I was trading on these other exchanges, he's like, man, what are you doing? Why are you not trading on Bybit? It's the absolute best. And I'm like, well, don't you have to KYC? And he goes, well, I live in the USA and I haven't KYC'd. I was like, oh, he's like, I'm like, aren't you worried about, you know? And he's like, nah, Bybit's super cool. Now, you always should follow the rules in your country or state. So I'm not telling you that you should KYC or you should try to not KYC. I'm telling you that Bybit doesn't force you to KYC. If you can KYC right now, they have an awesome bonus where you can actually get up to $3,500 in the next 5 days. Just by putting money on their exchange for the next 5 days, they're gonna take screenshots of everybody's account based off the amount of crypto you have in your account. Doesn't matter what coins, total value, that you're gonna get rewarded in Bit tokens, and Bybit's launching their BitDAO. Whole nother story, I got another video on that as well. Where I'm going with this is I switched at first and I tried it out and I kind of was just bouncing around, but I was so busy and I was so used to other exchanges, I was just like, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I didn't really realize how much those fees were eating me alive, and I didn't realize how shady some of these other exchanges were. When I finally switched, in 45 days, I saved $3,000. That's what I would have spent on fees if I would have been trading on Coinbase. So I took that $3,000 out of my account and I went and I started to buy altcoins that were the most discounted. So I went and took that and I looked for the best cryptocurrency that was the most off from peak formation. Happened to be VeChain. VeChain was roughly around 5 cents. When I actually got into it, it was around 5 cents, right? So I bought $3,000 worth of VeChain, roughly around 5 cents. Total, I was able to accumulate roughly about 60,000. It's a little bit short of 60,000, like 58,000 or something. I was able to buy 58,000 coins of VeChain for the money that I saved trading on Bybit. I bought in at 5 cents. VeChain was almost 16 cents the other day. That $3,000 was 9,000. So you might look at it like, oh, it's just a fee. It's just part of the package, whatever. It's just the cost of doing business. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I work really hard for my money and I don't like making the rich rich. Last month, Binance did $1 trillion in trade. Think about what that 0.1% is. $1 billion. $1 billion, that's insane, guys. That's how much these exchanges are making money hand over fist, on top of charging these coins hundreds of thousands of dollars to get listed on their exchange. So when I see these exchanges charging you 0.35% for trading fees on top of everything else they're making, that's a joke, man. It's an exchange, right? And I'm sure you have legal issues, but they're making so much money hand over fist. They don't need to be robbing you blind. Like, Uniswap is the worst of the worst, man. Just to give you guys an idea, crypto.com, twice the amount of Bybit. DYDX, the one that just got launched, 0.3%. Higher of 0.3% or gas fee cost. Whatever's higher, guys, we're gonna charge you whatever is more. 0.125, not the worst, but definitely not the best. Sway FTX, 0.6%. Uphold, 0.8 or 1.2% for Ethereum, BTC, and XRP. What a joke. I mean, I literally cannot believe anybody uses any of these other exchanges. It just blows my mind. Bittrex being pretty bad, and I know Kraken is really bad too. Yeah, 0.26% on Kraken, 0.16%. Liquid, almost 0.3%. That's outrageous, guys. PayPal, 0.23%, or 0.5%. What else is new to Bybit is their spot exchange. So now if you guys don't want to leverage trade, you can just spot trade. Simple. You don't have to use any leverage. You can just limit in. You don't have to worry about getting eaten alive by fees. It's so nice over here on Bybit. Bybit also has special events that they always have going on. They have a ton of different, they have dual asset mining, they have DeFi mining, they have launch pool coming, and cloud mining. So the last key part I want to talk to you guys about, even if you can't KYC, or you're one of the type of people like me that just doesn't want to KYC, Even when you use my rewards, you guys are gonna get a $20 bonus. So you're gonna get a $20 bonus just for signing up. Then if you come over here and you click on the little drop down icon and you scroll down to Rewards Hub, you're gonna see all of these things. They have new ones almost at least once a week. So $50 right now for first time deposit within the first 48 hours, or $20 first time deposit depending on how much you deposit. Active trader. So if you're an active trader, you can claim it now 3 consecutive days. So all you have to do is trade on their exchange for 7 consecutive days. I don't even think it has to be in a row. Accumulative days. So if you're just on their exchange trading for 7 days, they're gonna give you $5. Deposit bonus, if you can deposit 1 BTC, they'll give you, but obviously we're not all ballers like that. So that one's kind of, probably very few people get that. Take profit or stop loss. If you just use a take profit or stop loss, they're gonna give you $5. If you use a new USDT trading pair, so anytime they add a new coin, if you use it, bam, claim it now. So just for trading, other week they had one for Twitter. Follow them on Twitter, get $5. And you go over here to my rewards, you can see all your rewards. And you guys know me, I don't shill coins. I'm not trying to pump this exchange to you. I don't care about the $20 I'm gonna make. What I wanna see is you guys have the highest probability of being successful as traders. And I'd like my channel to be the channel that you guys think of, a place that you can come and trust and get honest, accurate information from. That is why I'm promoting Bybit. That is why I love Bybit. Once I actually switched over to Bybit, I was like, gosh dang man, I lost so much money on Kucoin. I can't tell you the amount of times that I would get wicked out and just stomped out of a trade. Let me show you one last thing really quick, because this is exactly what I'm talking about. When you want to trade spot, you got to click spot. Derivatives, they have inverse perpetuals, which is a little bit confusing. I don't want to really over explain it, but if you have BTC, you're actually holding on to BTC, you can leverage trade with that BTC. When you close out the trade, they're going to pay you your profits in BTC. A little bit confusing for first time users, but USDT perpetuals means you have USDT in your account, you want to leverage trade Bitcoin. If you win that trade, you're going to get paid out in USDT for your profits. If you lose that trade, they're going to take the USDT from your wallet. If you look over here, you see these little indicators. You see the yellow price. That yellow price is how you get liquidated. The only way you can get liquidated on Bybit is if that yellow hits your liquidation price. And what that yellow number is, Bybit's algorithm monitors Gemini, Binance, Kucoin, Kraken. I don't know the exact name of each exchange, but they use 6 different exchanges. They take the current price of Bitcoin on 6 different exchanges, they average it together, and they get a number. That number is the only way that you can get liquidated on Bybit. So I don't know about Kucoin or Binance or whatever these other exchanges do, but you don't have to worry about Bybit pushing price around or trying to manipulate price to just liquidate you or wipe you out. Now exchanges like FTX have their own market making fund. So why I don't want to switch over to FTX, and even though everybody likes it and everybody talks highly of it, it's because they have their own market making fund. They literally know where your stop losses are. They know where they need to drive price to liquidate people. And they have a fund, a company that can push price in that direction. It's probably all automated by now too. So Sam Bankman-Fried is an absolute genius and he makes money. Guess how? Your money, you know? So Bybit is one of the only companies. They also don't have their own token. So they're not trying to promote a coin to grow their exchange to whatever that, I don't really know why people do it, but Bybit doesn't have a coin. Out of all the exchanges that I've traded on, it's the only one that I feel like I can actually trust. When I limit in or market into an order, I am actually getting in at that exact price. If we were on Kucoin right now and the market was really volatile, I could come over here, Bitcoin could be at 42,000 dead even. I come over here, I put in my price and I hit open long. Next thing I know, my trade might be open for 42,500, 41,500, but it was never in my favor. It was always in the exchange's favor. I can't tell you the amount of times I opened a trade on Kucoin using 5x leverage, and literally by the time the trade got open, I was literally already like 10 or 15% behind in the trade, to the point where sometimes I would open a trade and be liquidated before I even like trying to get in on when something's dumping, and you go to market into it thinking you're getting in at that right price, and then next thing you know, you're in at a completely different price. You're like, what the heck? Over here on Bybit, where it says unrealized profit, if I come over here and I close out this trade and I say market out of that trade, obviously if price is like free falling or something crazy, but when I hit market out, I am actually getting closed out, and that is my profit. That is it right there. So when I look at my account, I see the exact same amount that they told me I was gonna get. On Kucoin, I cannot tell you guys how many times that happened to me. I would be up $300 and close out a trade, and then all of a sudden, guess what? $30. I've contacted their exchange so many times. The last straw I was actually live trading with you guys, and we were shorting Tron because Tron got that crazy spike up when all that like media attention was going over towards Tron. And I told everybody, I was like, oh, this is gonna be the perfect shorting opportunity because everybody's gonna drive this price up. And the news was there, but the technology wasn't coming out for months after. So I knew that it was just gonna get hyped, and then there was no technology behind it to back it for months to months to months. So I knew Tron's gonna be coming down, so we shorted Tron. Some other news came out and Tron went back up. When we first started shorting, I got up like $390 or 590, I forget what it was. At one point, I was up so much, I was like, okay, if price does skyrocket back up or any other news comes out, more FOMO and more FUD, I don't want to not make money, make profit on this trade. So I moved my stop loss in the profit. Then guess what happened? Quote unquote, oh, the market was doing this. They had some upgrades going on. So they let you know when they're doing some updates. It's only gonna take an hour. Well, market got really crappy. All of a sudden the upgrade magically took 5 hours. I was like, I don't have anything to worry about. I have a take profit, or my stop loss is moved into the profit. So exchange was down, exchange comes back on. Well, the market's completely changed. I ended up getting liquidated on a trade I couldn't get access, and the trade I was up 590 in, I was now behind like 100. Get online, I'm live with you guys, and I message their team and I say, hey, here's what's happened. What should I do? I wanted to leave the trade open, that way you guys could see it. So their team looked into it and they go, oh, we're sorry, our exchange was shut down for operations. When we came back on, price was already past your take profit. So your trade didn't get closed out. So because your exchange failed to do what it was supposed to do, I'm now behind. At this point, I was down $290. I ended up having to close that trade out down $290. And they still, I messaged their team. I did it all live. I don't know what else. I can't talk worse about an exchange. And I don't like trying to be that guy that says anything bad about these other exchanges, but shadiness, Kucoin's at the top of the list. Binance, anytime there's extreme volatility in a market, when it's the most profitable to trade, because when Bitcoin starts dumping, you normally can see it, and it starts bringing the whole market down with it. So that's like, let's short things, guys. Like, you can get in and out of those trades and make, 10, 20, 30, 40% in a matter of minutes when the market's really dumping, especially if you know what you're doing. So what do these exchanges do? Oh, magically they're freezing up. Bybit never freezes up. We never have any issues. And everything I've ever heard anybody complain about Bybit is always just, I wish they had more coins. They have all those coins now. They're adding the good coins, guys. You guys don't want to leverage trade garbage coins. Hodl trade them, sure. Pump them, dump them, sure. But good coins, like actually leverage trading on a consistent basis where you're trying to take money out of the market day after day after day, Bybit is the best. And garbage coins are not what you want to leverage trade. You want to hodl those. You can buy those on any exchange. Uniswap. Buy them, throw them in a cold storage wallet, wait for it to pump, and dump them. But good coins that you actually want to consistently trade as a trader, you don't need coins that are pumping to the moon. You can do that on any exchange with just regular trading. That's why Bybit's leverage selection of coins. They're good coins with big market caps, makes them hard to manipulate, makes it hard for whales to push around price and screw retail traders. They didn't have spot, now they have spot, and they're adding 15 new coins to their spot exchange every month. And the withdrawals. Before, for their withdrawal, you could only withdraw 3 times a day. I think it was like 8 a.m., noon, and then 8 p.m. or something like that. They did 3 different withdrawal dates, but I'm pretty sure that that's actually fixed, because now anytime I withdraw, money's pretty quick. So every issue that anybody's really ever had with Bybit, they're working on fixing. I spoke with their team about the tether. I was like, guys, like, you guys don't have any other stable coins on your exchange. They're working on getting a different stable coin so that they can probably, I would assume, get away from tether, because tether is the biggest fraud ever. And I will say, dude, crypto, I will say also, guys, crypto is not easy to trade. This is not something you're gonna get great at overnight. And that's why it's so important to set up a Bybit testnet account and practice. If you're not patient enough to practice with paper money and win consecutively with paper money, you're gonna lose, 100%. When the markets are super bullish, there's times where it's almost so easy to trade, it's hard to lose. That's pretty much what I'm waiting for. Right now, the markets are really volatile, they're unstable, and trading takes time. So if you don't have a certain amount of time to dedicate every day as a trader, it's going to be hard. So just keep those things in mind. Come to the live streams. I'll help you guys with any questions you guys have. You guys can drop coins in the chat. We can chart them out together. Anything I can do to help you guys become better traders, I'm here for you guys. I try to go live every single day, Monday through Friday, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm just constantly trying to put out content to help you guys become better crypto traders. So I love you guys. Shout out to the Bybit squad. Shout out to everybody that hits that like button. If you guys sign up, make sure you guys go over and claim all your free rewards. Later, guys. Peace.